Nancy, a 20-year-old girl with a passion for travel, loved exploring new places and meeting new people. One of her biggest dreams was to visit London, a vibrant city filled with iconic landmarks and rich history. The thought of seeing Big Ben, the Tower Bridge, and Buckingham Palace filled her with excitement. Ever since she was a child, Nancy had been fascinated by faraway cities, often studying maps and reading books about them. London had always been her favorite, and now she was determined to make her dream a reality. One day, Nancy shared her dream with her best friend, Anna. "I want to visit London," Nancy said with a bright smile. "It's an amazing city with so much history and culture." Anna smiled back and encouraged her. "You should go, Nancy. You're young, and you love adventure. This is the perfect time to explore the world and create unforgettable memories." Anna's words resonated with Nancy, and she decided to take the leap. Though she felt a little nervous, Nancy was mostly excited. She knew planning the trip would require effort, but she was ready for the challenge. Over the next few days, she imagined herself standing in front of Buckingham Palace, exploring the British Museum, and strolling through Hyde Park. Her parents were supportive, knowing how much she loved to travel. They encouraged her to be careful and make the most of her journey. With their blessing, Nancy felt even more motivated to plan her first solo trip. Nancy began her preparations by researching London and creating a detailed itinerary. She made a list of must-visit places, including Big Ben, the Tower Bridge, Buckingham Palace, Hyde Park, and the British Museum. She also booked her flight and found a cozy, affordable hostel in central London after reading numerous reviews. Nancy checked her passport to ensure it was valid and made copies of all her important documents, including her flight tickets and hostel booking. To manage her expenses, Nancy created a budget, allocating funds for accommodation, food, transportation, and sightseeing. She had saved money from her part-time job and decided to use a travel card for convenience. To stay connected with her family and friends, she planned to buy a local SIM card in London to avoid expensive international roaming charges. Nancy also took the time to learn about British culture, manners, and common phrases, practicing a few British English words to help her blend in. The night before her trip, Nancy double-checked her packing list, ensuring she had everything she needed: clothes, toiletries, and documents. She placed her bags by the door so she wouldn't forget them in the morning. The next day, her parents drove her to the airport, hugged her tightly, and wished her a safe and enjoyable journey. The flight was long, but Nancy kept herself entertained by reading, listening to music, and watching a movie. As the plane descended, she looked out the window and caught her first glimpse of London. Her heart raced with excitement. She had finally arrived. Nancy took a taxi to her hostel, marveling at the city's iconic landmarks along the way. After checking in, she met her roommates, fellow travelers who were friendly and eager to share their stories. Nancy felt comfortable and excited to make new friends. On her first day in London, Nancy woke up early, full of energy. She started her day by visiting Big Ben, admiring the iconic clock tower up close. Next, she walked to the Tower Bridge, where she took countless photos and soaked in the breathtaking views. Her next stop was Buckingham Palace, where she watched the changing of the guard ceremony, fascinated by the tradition and pageantry. In the afternoon, Nancy visited Hyde Park, enjoying the serene atmosphere and watching people jog, walk their dogs, and relax on the grass. For lunch, she tried a traditional British dish, fish and chips, at a nearby cafe, accompanied by a cup of tea. Later, she explored the British Museum, spending hours immersed in its fascinating exhibits. Over the next few days, Nancy continued to explore London. She rode the London Eye, taking in panoramic views of the city, and visited Covent Garden, where she enjoyed street performances and delicious coffee. She also tried a full English breakfast, shopped at Camden Market and Oxford Street, and dined at a traditional pub, savoring shepherd's pie and sticky toffee pudding. Nancy's trip wasn't without challenges. She got lost once and had to ask for directions, and another day, she was caught in the rain without an umbrella. But these moments taught her to be prepared and resilient. She also faced some confusion navigating the public transport system, but soon mastered it with the help of friendly locals. One of the highlights of her trip was a day excursion to Cambridge. Nancy explored the historic university, admired the stunning architecture, and relaxed in the Botanic Garden. She returned to London feeling inspired and fulfilled. Nancy also made new friends during her trip. She joined a walking tour, where she met travelers from around the world, and attended a social event at her hostel, bonding with fellow adventurers over shared stories. As her trip came to an end, Nancy felt a mix of emotions, sadness to leave, but gratitude for the incredible experiences she had. On her flight home, she reflected on her journey, feeling proud of how much she had grown. She returned home with souvenirs, photos, and unforgettable memories, eager to share her adventures with her family. Nancy's trip to London was more than just a dream come true. It was a journey of self-discovery, independence, and joy. She knew this was just the beginning of her love for travel and looked forward to many more adventures in the future. If you enjoyed Nancy's story, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.